What's up, guys? So you bust these out, and your dog has a incredibly negative association to them. What do we do? In this video, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I'm doing at the time. Maybe tell you a couple of stories about how it started and where it's at, and kind of show you where it's at in reference to cutting my own dog's nails. Rosie here, who knows what these are. She doesn't like them. Starting out, it was a relatively bit of a nightmare to try to cut my dog's nails. And I know that this is a pain point for a lot of people. And maybe if I could just share a little bit of my experience with this, it might help you out as well. I just sent a client home who came to me with dogs with really long nails. And typically what that tells me is that that's a dog that gives their owners a hard time. And, I was able to cut her nails, and the owner came back to me and was like, dude, how'd you do that? She just loses her mind and dur. And so in this video, we're going to go over a little bit of that. Hope it helps. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you appreciate the content. I went to a concert last night. Paul Coffin, awesome performance. Never knew who he was. Buddy Anthony and mine took us. And it's a great tune, man. Not particularly my style of music, but guy knows how to put on a hell of a show, and quite the inspirational story as well. Dude's been touring since 2007 and just days ago signed his first major record label. So it's cool, man. It kind of gives me inspiration to keep rocking and rolling, even though that we live in a world of like instant gratification where you think things are just going to happen overnight, and it just doesn't work that way. So here we are, doing what we do, fully immersed in the dog stuff, have been for the past 8 years. So you can take what I say and with a grain of salt and see if it helps you, or you could take it and turn it around and cram it right up your cornhole. It makes no difference to me. I'm just doing this stuff anyway, so I figured I'd record it for you guys. Anyway, I just pulled these out. Rosie, come up here. And she knows what they are, but there was a point in time where if I pulled these out, you could ask my wife, Kyla, she would just go running. She knows exactly what's happening. And, it's not like at the beginning I had cut her nails too short and like hurt her. It was just one of those things where our relationship wasn't really, like, it really hurt my feelings when I learned why she wouldn't let me cut her nails. It was just she didn't trust me to do it. She thought it was going to hurt her. And so I was like, okay, well, we need to change this, because I don't need my dog being afraid of me or not trusting me enough to do something so simple like cut her nails. And I'm doing something right now that you may consider doing. If your dog is afraid of these and once you pull them out they run away, maybe don't go straight in for it right away. Maybe just sit here like this with them open and bring something high value for them and feed them just for being in the presence of the damn things. That's one way to like slowly condition them to not really freak out. Now, in the situation with my client that just left, I needed to get him done, and I needed to get him done fast. And that situation was a little bit different. I didn't really have necessarily the time to fully like counter condition her perception to these things. And quite frankly, that dog didn't have it nearly as bad as her. So I was able to get it done a lot easier. And some of the advice that I gave my homie, let me see your paw, was don't expect to do it all at one time, Like if you could just do like one at a time, that's a huge win. She lets you do one, you stop, you come back, you feed her a couple. What I think happens is you take a little bit of the conflict out of it. Don't expect to do them all at once. Like if I go to the dentist and I got multiple teeth, could we just do one at a time, please? And I think I would be able to handle that a lot better. And then, I'll start to get used to it. Maybe eventually I'll be able to let them drill on all 5 of my fucked up teeth. That kind of a thing. So feed her a couple. Let me see your paw. That's good. It's crazy that here we are. She's literally voluntarily like handing me her paw, when before she would go find a closet to hide in. And I'm not exaggerating. So, if that brings some sort of hope for you guys, I hope it does, because the way I see it is if I can get it done with her, you'd be able to get it done with your dog too. Hard pressed to convince me okay, that there's another dog out there that had it worse than her when it comes to clipping nails. Let me see that thing. That's good. That's good. Steady. Now, she doesn't like this, and that's a point that I want to make. I don't like going to the dentist either, but I got to do it. You know, I hate that she doesn't like it. But the thing that I consider to be a win here is that she's still letting me do it. Okay, because it's got to happen. Oh, go girls. Little freebie down there. It's got to happen. And so kind of just taking you through like the slower process. You know, come on up. She doesn't have to like it for me to get it done, you know. And here I'll just show you like the sound. It's like a kind of a shocking sound. So that was rough. That was rough for her. She let me do 4 in a row. And so we're gonna, okay, 4, that's awesome. You can try to like break your record, you know, like do 1, pay. And if you do 1, do the next one tomorrow. Like just the pace of your dog, you know what I'm saying? The dog usually can dictate, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And just kind of go with the flow of things. But don't expect to do it all at one shot. Come on up here. Good. And you can challenge. Like, I know this is hard, you know, but I'm going to re-challenge you to get back up here. Let me see that thing. Let me see the other one. No, this one. I don't want my old girl to have big, long, ugly nails, dude. We got to get these things. It's all right. Really good. That was rough for her. Really important not to go too low. I mean, if you want to fast track to the back track, go ahead and cut too low and hurt them. They're really going to have, like, oh man, take 10 steps forward, 1 step back. So, you know, for me, I'm just trying to get the tip, maybe a little bit more, and just keep it right there. You don't want that cuticle or whatever to grow too long, because then if you go too long without cutting nails, the damn cuticle gets so long and you can't, they don't ever look short again. You know, that's the problem with not keeping up with the nail maintenance. It's like, dog gonna have nails this long, but there's no white on them. Does that make sense? Anyway, come on up here. We're not done. Good girl. We're challenging her this morning. Let me see your paw. How are we looking on this one? A little bit more on this one, bud. That's good. Let me see that paw. That's good, bud. Here's the other thing. You know, I'm not trying to sit up here and look like some kind of fucking magician. This girl's almost 12 years old. I've been practicing everything that we've been practicing with her for a very long time. So don't expect, you're watching this video, you're like, wow, I can't believe this is so amazing. Like, dude, this is a long time coming. You understand that? And same goes for anything else in your dog training journey, in your dog training goals. We live in this era of people want it now. Nothing ever worth having comes right now. You know, and that includes all the dog training goals that you have. It's an everyday practice. It's a borderline obsession that you have to achieve these things, right? People are like, oh, I want my dog to stop being reactive. Well, you got a long road ahead of you practicing the counter conditioning process and the relationship repairing for your dog to, you know, chill out a little bit. It's a long process. It doesn't really happen overnight. And me, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't blow the smoke up people's cornholes, because I want you to know what reality is. A lot of dog trainers want to look like, you know, magicians. We're nothing different to like a personal trainer at the gym. We're going to sell you a game plan. You're going to get better while you're here. But if you go home and you get in the cupboard and you start banging on all the cookies when nobody's watching, you're going to backtrack. So if you go home after here and you don't practice all this shit and continue with it, you ain't ever going to get any better. You might have gotten a little better, but it's going to go right back to the old shit, because that's just the way dogs are. It's just the way humans are. There has to be a certain level of commitment to get anything. And it bothered me enough to commit to what I needed to do to get to the point of what you just saw there. So again, don't be discouraged if you're not there yet. Look for tiny incremental victories and celebrate the piss out of those things. I'm Captain Chad. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up on it, subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend. I really appreciate it, man. It's been an honor and a privilege to share all the things that I do and to share the relationship and to share our stories and our journey with you guys. Rosie brought me back to life in a time where I didn't really feel like living much. And this is something that I need to continuously tap into because I've been doing this for a very long time now. And at times it becomes a little mundane and a little repetitive. And I have to tap into the gratitude and the journey of which all this very special magic, it's just, it's pretty amazing the life that it has afforded me. And the fact that it all came from the love of a dog. So anyway, appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Let me know in the comments how your dog nail trimming is going. You should be able to do it yourself. You should be able to do it yourself. You shouldn't have to rely on a veterinarian to do it, because guess what? Your dog goes to the back and they pin your dog down to do it. And if your dog tries to bite them, they just won't do it at all. That's not the situation you want to set your dog up in. You want to condition them so that you can do it. It's an easy procedure. You just have to practice. That's it. Love you guys. Peace.